Hey, and welcome to my channel. It's important that you subscribe to support us and to click on the notification bell for more of my videos. So kindly go ahead and subscribe now. Thank you. And in today's video, I want us to recap on what just transpired this morning in Ghana on the delivery of the State of the Nation address by the President John Dramani Mahama. If you couldn't watch the full telecast, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to give you a breakdown of what he said specifically about Cocobod and the debt that is accruing there. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Now, let me start off by quoting the first statement from the president after observing all protocols. And I quote, "I'm sad to report that the state of our nation is not good. Our economy is in crisis and our people are suffering unprecedented hardships." End of quote. Just watch this video.
Ghana Cocobod, the hope of cocoa farmers, is also highly indebted. Its balance sheet indicates a total debt of 32.5 billion Ghana cedis, of which 9.7 billion is due to be paid at the end of September 2025. In 2023-2024 crop season, Cocobod was unable to supply 333,767 metric tons of cocoa, which it had sold at $2,600 per ton. As a result, the then management of Cocobod rolled over these contracts into the 2024-2025 season. Honorable members, Mr. Speaker, this implies that for every ton of cocoa delivered this year, in fulfillment of the rollover contracts, Cocobod and Ghanaian farmers are going to lose $4,000 in revenue. Mr. Speaker, as I address this Honorable House, Cocobod has supplied 210,000 tons out of the rolled over contract, resulting in a revenue loss of $840 million for both Cocobod and the Ghanaian farmer. Mr. Speaker, Cocobod and the Ghanaian farmer will lose another $495 million by the time the board finishes supplying the remaining rolled over contracts. Additionally, cocoa road commitments alone total 21.7 billion cedis, of which only 4.4 billion is included in the total debt of 32.5 billion. This debt has arisen mainly because of the decision in 2019 and 2020 to award road contracts worth over $1 billion because of the election.
And while he said this, the MPs were comfortably sitting in their seats nonchalant. They've heard that statement every time there's been a change of government. It's just business as usual to them, and it didn't look any different. But ladies and gentlemen, what I want to talk about is not about the acts of parliamentarians, but Cocobod's problems. These are the words of the president concerning the Ghana Cocoa Board. And I quote, "Ghana Cocoa Board, the hope of Ghana's cocoa farmers, is also highly indebted. Its balance sheet indicates a total debt of 32.5 billion Ghana cedis, of which 9.7 billion is due to be paid at the end of September 2025. In the 2023-24 crop season, Cocobod could not supply 333,767 tons of cocoa, which it sold at $2,600 per ton. As a result, the then management of Cocobod rolled over these contracts into the 2024-25 cocoa season. This implies that for every ton of cocoa delivered this year in fulfillment of the rolled over contracts, Cocobod and the Ghana farmer will lose $4,000 in revenue. End of quote. Remember, Joseph Boahin Edu took over the CEO position of Cocobod in 2017. Until now, what he left behind was a matter of losses in 8 years. The president mentioned that the next due date for payment of this cocoa for the syndicated loans we have gone, but we haven't supplied yet, is coming this September, ladies and gentlemen. That will be 9.7 billion Ghana cedis worth of cocoa. And because of the volume of the backlog, it has been rolled over till 2025. So every month the government, and especially the farmers, will be losing $4,000 in revenue to settle that backlog. These are monies we've already taken but yet to supply. Ladies and gentlemen, I have two questions to ask you, especially you that watches me. Is there any ramification for appointees who run state enterprises into losses in Ghana? Question number one. And question number two, what is the laid down policy for appointees who show early signs of incompetence in government? Should such people be allowed to serve the full term in office, or should they be removed effective immediately, ladies and gentlemen? Because that's where the entire problem lies. There are too many square pegs in round holes who should have never been in office, if not on political grounds. There are too many incompetent personnel manning our institutions, and most times the people working under them, their subordinates, knows that they have no clue of what they are doing, but they are still left there to serve a whole term in the name of being appointed by a politician. What is this, ladies and gentlemen? So when Cocobod began making losses, didn't the former president see it? And what were their reasons keeping him there? Or were they all accomplices? Maybe they all knew about it and benefited from it. Let me give you another perspective on this issue. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana's public debt, according to the president in this State of the Nation address, is 721 billion Ghana cedis. When you divide that figure by today's exchange rate of $1 to 15.4 Ghana cedis, you get 46.5 billion US. This is how much Ghana owes in total. Now, let me show you how mediocre Ghana is in terms of revenue generation. You see, Singapore, which has a small population of nearly 6 million people and has no natural resources apart from the quality of people they produce, and the sea, their average national budget in the last 5 years is more than $60 billion. Singapore alone spends more than $60 billion on their system, which basically takes care of about 6 million people and the rest of the tourists who come to their country. So the total debt Ghana owes is less than the yearly budget of one small country in Southeast Asia. How can we have so much and yet have nothing? If not because we have people playing roles they have no business playing. Singapore spends more money than all the monies we've borrowed since the beginning of Ghana, and we want to be in the same sentence with Singapore. The very asset that brings revenue to the state is the most underinvested and the most undermanaged. Cocobod doesn't own a cocoa farm. The Agric Ministry doesn't own a cocoa farm. The regional ministries don't have one, and the district assemblies don't own any. Our own stool lands are not used to farm cocoa except for individual farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, the problems are coming from nowhere. They are made by us and can therefore be solved by us. Let me read to you one more thing the president of Ghana said, and I quote, in the State of the Nation's address. Mr. Speaker, as I address this honorable house, Cocobod has supplied 210,000 tons out of the rolled over contract, resulting in a revenue loss of $840 million for both Cocobod and the Ghanaian farmer. End of quote. So who has to pay for this, ladies and gentlemen? Who is going to pay? But the president goes further to state that Cocoa Road's commitments alone totaled 21.7 billion Ghana cedis, of which only 4.4 billion is included in the total debt of the 32.5 billion. This debt has arisen mainly because of the decision in 2019 and 20 to award road contract worth over $1 billion because of election. So shouldn't the former CEO of Cocobod be investigated and prosecuted? Shouldn't the board members of Cocobod be brought in for questioning, ladies and gentlemen? When a person or a group of persons lead an enterprise and make decisions that causes the state to lose money, should they simply be replaced and left scot-free? Shouldn't there be some form of inquiry and ramifications? Is this the democracy we believe can develop Ghana? According to the president, ECG is making losses just as Cocobod, and it's all because of bad management and their bad choices. And yet there was no mention of what to be done with these people. Meanwhile, others go to jail for stealing the very least of things. Ladies and gentlemen, until we come to a place where it becomes extremely strict and dangerous to work for any government agency, the appointees will figure out ways to manipulate the system for their benefit, knowing very well that they can go and get away with it scot-free. Nobody, no appointee or director of any institution deserves to continue being at post, especially when they are running the enterprise into losses. That is what has brought us this low, and that's what will finish us as a country. The president, after saying all these things, must do things differently. People must be productive in their respective places of duty or face some forms of sanctions. Ladies and gentlemen, the right people must at all times be in place and not party faithfuls. This is what the system of meritocracy is all about, and that is the core reason why Singapore is advanced and we are not. Thank you for watching today's video, and hope to catch you in the next one. Be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell for more of my videos. God bless you. God bless Ghana. It's bye-bye for now.